Welcome, everybody, to a Delco Nerd Network Rewind review, where we sit down and talk about some of our favorite film franchises of the past. On this series, we are talking the Burton Schumacher Batman series, finishing it off today with maybe one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces ever created, Batman and Robin. Guys, allow me to break the ice and introduce Mr. Anthony the Gooch Ragucci. How are you, Gooch?
Hey, Torrio, how you doing? It's me, Arnold.
Oh, I was like, who is
It's a guest appearance.
It sounds better. At the beginning, I was like, who am I talking to? Who are you? What is happening? And of course, joining us once again, Mr. Gian. How are you?
I'm great after watching this movie. Oh my God.
I mean, I can't wait to break it down.
I'm shaking. I need to talk about this fucking movie.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, here we are. We are back for our final Batman Rewind review. We're doing this in anticipation of The Batman, of course, which will be coming out March 4th. And we'll, of course, be discussing that and reviewing that on the podcast. So please come back and hang out. That'll be a lot of fun. But initially released June 20th, 1997, Batman and Robin had a production budget of $125 million.
Only 25 more than the last? Okay.
And the box office was only about 2 times that. So they probably lost money on this, actually, including...
I'm sure George Clooney took it.
Yeah, I think if you accounted for...
The Clune, man.
Yeah.
He was like,
Give me.
Well, he's not top billing on this, which is funny.
It's probably Uma Thurman.
No.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first
He was
name
the first
I saw.
name
I'm
on the...
like,
But yeah, it's so funny. He was so big. He was the most paid on this, too. I'm pretty sure.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is this post T3?
Yeah, I think so. This is like prime... This is like prime Terminator. Yeah.
Arnold.
No,
Prime
this is like
Arnold.
Arnold on his way out. This is not Prime Arnold.
This is this...
I thought the
Is
90s
Jingle
were
All the
still...
Way came out.
I thought the 90s were
Jingle
pretty
All
good
the
for
Way
him
was
still.
He is in
out.
his comedic stretch at this point.
Yeah.
He is not in his prime.
He doesn't give a fuck anymore. That's where he's at.
He
No,
really
absolutely.
doesn't.
Give me money.
Give me the money now.
Give me the money now, Torrio.
Get to the chopper. Okay, so with an opening weekend of 42.8 million, that was about 40% of its gross total, and a box office worldwide total of 238.3 million. I'm sorry. So yeah, this was definitely the lowest earner. Of course, Joel Schumacher came back to direct with the story and screenplay by I believe Mr. Akiva Goldsman. Yeah.
I know this was the I Am Legend guy. It's Akiva Gold.
Are you real? Are you genuine?
I know.
We still haven't gotten it through. So while he's looking that up, it was also,
the
of course,
through
Batman.
line.
I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but Batman created by Bill Finger with some help from Bob Kane.
No, you didn't.
I didn't mention that last
roast
time,
him.
so I
Yeah.
apologize.
But you roasted him at the end.
I
It's
did,
all right.
so fuck him. Anyways, with a little description here for you, Batman and Robin try to keep their relationship together, even as they must stop Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy from freezing Gotham City. Is it not?
It's iRobot.
iRobot's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
iRobot's a really good movie.
It's a really
I'm
great movie.
super-
That's fine. That's acceptable. I like it. Yeah.
All right, so who wants to start?
So,
Actually, I'll start.
Gooch, give me your real thoughts.
This movie fucking sucks. This movie sucks. It's terrible. There's not one redeemable quality of this fucking thing.
Oh man, I can't wait to fight. No, I'm kidding.
I haven't seen this movie in 20 years. When I was a little kid,
One of my favorite
I thought it
movies
was
of all time.
awesome. I was like, I love Batman and Robin.
Wow,
and
look
now,
at Bane.
Bane's so strong. I didn't even know Bane. I was like, oh, Bane. Also, like
Jason Woodger, the Floronic
this-
Man, is in this movie.
This movie was like so. I paused 20 minutes in and I was like, I gotta get stoned for this. This is fucking insane. What I'm into right now, and I'll tell you what, I paid $3 for this movie.
Fuck HBO Max,
Dude,
because I imagine we all watch it on HBO Max.
Well, I
until,
think did you rent all of them?
I watched everything on Amazon Prime. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
okay,
so you have HBO,
yeah.
I went full on in it, and the other two, I was like 89. Sure, this is great. Returns forever, everything. I was like, cool.
This?
Okay.
This was like,
I
were
was
you like, I want my $3 back?
I was a little frustrated.
Little irate. Yeah.
I looked up who wrote it. That's how angry I was, because I was like, what else did
I'm gonna
anybody let
write
this
a
man
strongly
write?
worded letter.
Yeah.
To Akiva. This son of
Akiva
a bitch.
Goldsman.
Yeah. Low tier flick.
Yeah, low tier flick.
If I had to do it on another podcast, sure, I'll watch it again. But like, that's the only time I think I'll rewatch this guy. Because whoa, so many plot points. They were like, I forgot. We don't know
Oops,
this
yeah,
one.
sorry.
And like, here's this thing with Alfred too, because we want to include everybody. It was crazy.
I mean, it starts off really strong,
Dude,
with that
we're-
suit up scene.
We start off with a scene that's like the end of the fucking movie. It's that bombastic of a fight scene. I'm like, what? Like, this is like a 10-minute.
I mean, then you get a nice,
Freeze.
you get a nice groin shot.
Dude.
you get a,
Ass shot, you
yeah.
get that
Mr.
Clooney
Freeze has fucking nipples too.
Does he? I missed
Yes.
them. I mean,
Yes.
he's just wearing
There
glowing
are
football pads.
on his dude. He's in the fucking Power Rangers outfit.
Yeah.
What power? It looks like glowing football pads to me.
I-
Like literally,
I kind of do like his skin.
I
though.
don't. Oh, his skin. Yeah,
Yeah, like the way
it's a
he's
cool
painted.
effect for
Yeah,
sure.
it looks good for a practical Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And yeah, back to his nipples.
He
right?
has nipples.
He
Huh.
does.
I mean, yes,
On
of
the
course he
suit.
has nipples, but on the suit he has nipples.
Oh, and the suit up scene, like, guys, how
That's what you're
this
saying, yeah.
This movie's fucking corny as shit. Like, are you kidding me?
It's so good.
Like, how can you take this seriously?
But
And George
again-
Clooney sucks.
He just seems to not
terrible.
care. He just
He's
really
in-
seems to not
He's in
care.
a robe, a hoodie, or like like something else.
Like a turtleneck with a weird kind of overcoat.
he isn't like his wardrobe is terrible.
I think it's
All
just
in
super
black
90s.
the whole time.
He
Horrible.
couldn't give a shit less in this movie. Arnold.
He genuinely could. Yeah, Arnold seemed like he
Am
was
I
having
being
fun.
too hard, Alfred? Yeah.
Why did they
Yeah.
pick Arnold for the role? I don't understand why they picked
I don't
Arnold
have an
for
issue with Arnold
Freeze.
casting as
It's
Freeze.
because he's the only redeemable quality, and he's like a D in this movie.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not really good, but like honestly, Gian, I don't have a problem with it. It's not what I'm gonna get
Yeah, it's
upset
funny.
about.
Trio.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
I know you. I
Yeah,
know
you
have
clearly
an
you
opinion
clearly
on
wanted
the
to
movie.
fight. So let's
No,
fight.
I don't know. Genuine. I'm with you. I don't think it's not like it is. I'm really in this weird spot, you know, because
all right,
I
okay.
loved it when I was younger, and watching it again, I still weirdly find myself enjoying parts of it.
there is some nostalgia
and there's
here.
definitely some nostalgia in it. There's some campiness to where I'm just like, I guess I appreciate that you guys just fully committed here. Like, you just didn't care. Like, this was just, you decided to go for this, and then this weird kind of just neon soaked, even more so than the last one. That's what I mean. Like, Forever was a step towards this, but this is just like
Too
dunk
much.
you down in and keep you under in neon bullshit or something. Yeah.
This would have been more appropriate as a Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
This would have been. That's what I felt like the entire time. was
I
like,
genuinely
this is
agree with that.
Goofy,
That was great.
silly, right?
It's
What
they
is up-
genuinely are not trying to take
What
themselves
is up
seriously at
with
all.
Poison Ivy's like? It looks like a costume. Like it doesn't look like a villain
Like plants?
outfit.
No, so
It
I
looks
actually-
like I'm like you're like you're like the Queen of the Green or whatever the fuck Poison Ivy.
Well, 'cause they
is. Like,
can't make
she's
something
like-
cool. I
she's
liked
she's
her
got like
second
like a
outfit.
magical like mutate
Yeah.
element to
Her
ending
second one. No, I hated that one.
Yeah, it
that
seemed
one
like
was awful.
they-
But the one where she was like in like the onesie and like with the green, I guess,
The
stockings and
sto-
stuff.
Yes,
that one
one
is
I
one
thought
that
looked
was
really good.
fine.
Oh
And
no,
actually,
I don't. It looks
Oh,
like
really?
it looks like a 4-year-old could have put that together.
Really?
The
I thought it
last
actually looked pretty
costume-
good.
The last costume that they put Poison Ivy in, I was like,
It's this
what
weird
did
green
they-
jumpsuit with like orange fingertips.
It's Michelle
And-
Pfeiffer, right? Who's Poison Ivy? Is that
No,
who-
it's
or-
it's
Uma
Uma
Thurman,
Thurman.
which I
I'm
didn't.
sorry, Uma Thurman.
I appreciate how much fun her and Arnold are having in this. Though I do
I-
think that they actually seem to at least want to be there more than Clooney. Clooney just genuinely doesn't seem to care.
What was her? She had like red fingertips.
That was on the
and-
gloves,
and on
yeah.
the gloves, and I was like,
It was like
what?
orange.
They covered her up so much.
It was
with
so
the
weird
big-
to go back.
She
Yeah,
looked like she
And
was
they
And then
really
she had, like, skin-
sexualized not her,
but
her like
lines, right?
her not her yeah her lines, but like her the fact again like why are we making the romance coming back with Batman this time and like making everyone fall for her, but like it happens almost like too much.
But I think-
doesn't happen just once.
I think if you're gonna do that with a character, Poison Ivy is the one that's how she is.
Right.
And,
Right,
that's,
but,
and I
like,
think that's the
it's
place
too
to use.
much.
Sure, and I can give you that. I think she works the most for out of this entire movie for me personally. I think they
Yeah,
actually.
I don't think she
And
doesn't
it was
work,
funny.
don't
There
get
was
me
one
wrong.
point I was sitting there. I was like, has she like used plants at all or tied up anyone? I don't think she has.
No.
Then no, there was a literally as I had that
it's
thought.
Batman.
Batman. She
Yeah.
like ties him up with some like vines and stuff. I'm like, oh, so
At
she
the
can
very
actually
end.
control like plants and stuff. So. I don't know. I think that her like weird kind of over the topness I enjoyed actually a lot. She was
John
probably my
Glover
favorite.
is fucking Jason Woodrue, who is the Floronic Man. For
Where
those who don't
where
know.
does he show up? I missed that part. Is he one of the guys?
He's Jason Woodrue.
He's in the
Who is
very
Jason Woodrue?
beginning.
Oh,
John
that's
Glover.
Oh, duh, shit! I
So
didn't
do you
even
know
realize
John
that.
Glover is?
I don't know him personally.
He's
He
the
shows up in a
Riddler
few
from
things.
the animated series.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and then
cool.
he's
I
like
didn't know
he's in
that.
Shazam. He's
He's also in Smallville. He's
he plays-
Lionel Luthor. He's Lex Luthor's dad.
Who's he in Shazam? I didn't even know.
He's
he
the
was in
he's the
Shazam.
bad guy's dad in Shazam, the one that
Yeah.
like he in the beginning scene when he's in the car crash and he's like
Okay.
yelling at him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's definitely a lesser known actor, but
yeah,
he
I
seems to be more of a
but
character
like he's
actor.
the Riddler from the animated series. That's the touchstone.
Yeah, but no, I liked actually her. I think she was my favorite part. But yeah, I guess guys, I'm at a high tier flick for me because
Okay.
I enjoyed
Fair.
this and I had fun with it to a degree.
Not fair.
It was so insane
Not fair.
and crazy that I just kind of accepted that this is where it's at. I'd rather it be this than just a boring fine movie.
You know what was better than this? Journey to the Center of the Earth on the Fraser-thon. I think was
disagree
a
with that
better
fully.
movie.
I mean, I don't even think that's sort of comparable. Like that.
Yes, they are. They're both just like
I
these
think this is on
weird
such a top
movies.
tier. No, I'm kidding. No,
I at least like
I would disagree. I
kind
don't
of
know.
thought that movie was interesting.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. For me, no. I would disagree for sure. But yeah,
I don't know, guys. This was a rough one. I so much everything. Even when you know Gucci texted the other night, like, when will I get a car? Like, you're a fucking grown ass man.
That's the first line of the movie.
buy a car, you
When do
moron.
I get a car?
There's a million.
And no, but I love that. But my favorite is George Clooney. He's like, when do I get a car? He's like, when you pay for it. Like he does his full head.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And they like I don't feel like their squabbles are earned at all.
Him and
Their chemistry
Him and
is
Val was
not
much
there.
better.
Yeah.
It really felt like they were actually.
Yeah.
That whole exploration of their relationship worked so much better.
And I was so excited for Robin and Forever and not. And then, like I think I said off camera that I'm like, can we do a Robin live action? Because we haven't seen one. Since
I think you said
this.
no. Yeah, I think
Besides
this.
Brenton Thwaites
I
in
think, like you
Titans.
said, this legitimately freaked everyone out so much that they were like, "We're not trying that again for a while."
destroyed a man's career.
It destroyed. Yeah, like I think that's it. And
Chris O'Donnell's career.
poor guy. And again, I don't think it's his fault.
No,
he's fine. He's actually better in these than I
And
think
you know
George
what we're
Clooney.
gonna do? Robin ain't enough. We're gonna Julia Pennyworth, but we're gonna name her Barbara because Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. And then
Who is Julia? What is Julia?
Julia
Penny?
Pennyworth is Alfred's
niece.
daughter.
Oh, okay.
In the
What in like
comics.
a oh yeah.
Right, she's a character not utilized all too much, but like they
just switch
merge.
yeah, they, like,
They're
merge them
like, okay,
together.
like she's Barbara Gordon, but like she's related to Alfred. We're not going to use the. I don't know if Julia Pennyworth was created at this point.
No, yeah,
she's
I
like
don't-
kind of newer, and she's like a spy.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
just,
just
so
like-
odd. There's the whole Alfred subplot, and this is very odd.
Yeah, with him dying.
Of the same disease as Mr. Freeze's wife? What? Where was that from? He's sick. He's
They do
dying.
they did there is one part where he's like, well, this is the type of disease that Freeze was like. They do sort of explain, but like
When they I almost like I didn't know, like I was curious. I'm like, are they gonna do like I know this Mr. Freeze is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So are they doing the Nora Freeze like origin? And I was like, oh, okay, they do. Like this makes sense, but like at the same time, it's like he's too
rewatching this makes me want a serious take on Mr. Freeze
Yes,
so bad.
right, like the
like a
animated series
legitimate
does.
like
Yeah.
broken guy who's doing this for his wife that isn't making
isn't-
ice puns
and then,
everywhere.
That isn't his wife. I
no.
want one that's like, it is my wife, but it's like, you find out like, it's not it's not his wife at all. He's just crazy.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's one of it.
crazy.
Yeah,
think
I
that's
like
a
it better.
different-
Yeah. I think I like it better when it is like his like there's one I think they treat Mr. Freeze incredibly well actually in Arkham Knight. There's a whole kind of side mission where he kind of finally accepts like Nora gets unfrozen and he's talking to her and she's like, let's just live out the last like time. Like it's very heartfelt and very well done. And that's Mr. Freeze. I would love to see him in another Batman
Why
movie.
does he have a fucking hockey team of goons?
Where are these guys?
Mr. Freeze
His suit is powered by diamonds.
He
Gooch.
is
Like,
not.
What?
That's like some James Bond shit.
It
He
is.
is not a villain to have goons, Mr. Freeze.
No, he's not.
He is a
Especially-
solo act.
Yeah.
And he's serious as shit.
Batman. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got like the voice.
I will save my wife,
Yeah.
Batman. Does he call him detective? I don't think
Detective.
so. That's,
He might,
that's
yeah.
a Ray Shaw Ghul thing.
Yeah, man. I just don't know.
It's weird.
It's so odd.
It's just like it's like the opposite issue with the Riddler. The Riddler can be zany. Mr. Freeze? No, I don't think so.
But even like the Riddler, not to go back to Forever, he felt very Jokerish at some points to me in the way of
Yeah.
how manic he was. Because the Riddler is more, he's less manic like that and more like
Logically insane.
He gets
He's
more
he's
frustrated.
brilliant.
He's like, how are you beating me? It's not like, haha, I'm gonna try to beat you now, Batman. You're done.
Yeah.
But like, I guess
Yeah, he gets pissed.
He gets really annoyed and like less zany. I think they do a really good job of representing him again, even in the Arkham series and stuff like that. But
And then fucking Bane.
Yeah,
He's just the muscle.
yeah,
that was the first. Was that the first on
live action
live
appearance,
action
I believe
version
so.
of
Sadly, probably.
Yeah.
El Bane?
El
you
Bane,
know,
yeah.
like
Yeah, no,
What's
it's
a Frankenstein?
Does Bane have a real name? I was just
Probably.
thinking,
I think he
was
does. I think he was like he was like a gangster of some
I
kind.
was like,
I
I
think,
don't think I know Bane's real name.
I don't either.
Most of the villains,
but I think he was
like
like a gangster of some sort, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
Bane
But it's
is
just
so
like
cool, too.
What's the film term for the guy who's the muscle?
The muscle.
And
man.
it's the
It's
but there's also I know what you mean.
because of the B.
They would use it all the time in old. I
Right,
know what you're
the
talking about.
big
I
now.
can't. There was like I know what you're talking about.
There's a term.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
The brute, something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that. That is
Yeah.
like refers to somebody who plays like
Like
the
large
muscle
men, yeah, muscle men, yeah.
yeah.
There were like they didn't need 3. They could barely handle 2 villains in the
Right.
last movie, and they were like, up the ante.
We're gonna do the same
3.
thing, but their plots are even more crazy. It's
All
like,
over the place.
What is this?
Yeah, it's
And
odd.
I'm fine with Poison. I kind of like when Poison Ivy like is still Pamela and goes to Bruce Wayne like about the ecological
environmental thing, yeah.
issues that are going on. It's like, oh, that's Poison Ivy
Yeah.
to a T.
Yeah.
But like Poison Ivy isn't crazy. Like Pamela Isley
Again, that's what I think.
is
They
very.
all of their
She acts like a doctor even when she's Poison Ivy.
all of their villains need to be manic for some reason in this.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked, because there's a lot of Poison Ivy in Uma Thurman's performance, and I think it's it's pretty accurate for the most part. But like you're saying, I do think there should be more of like that. I don't even know how to put it into words, but I get what you mean. More.
A villain with a
Not as
regular
silly.
goal.
Yeah, with a regular, but not even because she's a plant lady. She's not gonna have the most regular of goals, but like the way she asks,
her goals are actually probably more
irregular than
more relevant than probably ever. But
Yeah,
it's
so-
all right.
No, I don't know. I
Well,
kinda
nah,
lost my
she
train of
doesn't
thought.
want to kill everyone. It's not really the same.
She just doesn't care if everyone dies. Yeah.
Yeah, because the plants are more important. And it's like,
I kind of would have loved if they like like in the comics it's the green. She worships the green and
Yeah.
like that's the like her, not God.
The
Swamp
life force
Thing.
almost
yeah,
that
the
like
Swamp Thing
that
is formed of the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's basically like Mother Nature.
There's
almost, in a
like
way.
you know
like
the
a-
speed
I think,
force. The speed force of the Earth is the green.
who was it? Alan Scott's powered by the green, the first.
Yeah,
Green
the first Green Lantern.
Lantern.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Earth.
And
I think
his
that's Earth
ring.
too.
Good pull.
His ring does not
Good.
work.
The best. It's one of the best Green Lanterns.
It's so cool,
Yeah.
but and his ring doesn't work on wood for some reason. But there's weird things like that. With this. But
shit.
like literally, like you
Wood!
could be getting destroyed by Green Lantern if you pull out a wooden baseball bat. You will be fine. And he
Have a door. You
yeah,
have
just a door,
in front of you.
just a wooden shield.
Yeah, like their plots are like Mr. Freeze.
This
is-
one was definitely the least comprehensive, comprehensible.
I was
mean,
getting so lost, and at times I was like, I can't even like
Pay attention.
I can't even be bothered to try to pay attention to this.
They had Batman's one-year girlfriend that they had that weird plot point where he was like,
Julie Madison.
where he's like, when are you gonna get married?
When are you gonna get
Batman?"
married, Bruce? And he's like,
and he's like, I don't need marriage. What
he was
like
worse than Keaton's when he was like confronted.
Yeah.
I just think it was just like George
wanna
Clooney.
take
This is
this?
probably like really like, and George Clooney was not George Clooney just yet. If I'm,
I don't know.
he's
To be
is
honest,
he still on ER? Right?
Yeah.
At this point, he's not like and how does George Clooney get more attractive with age?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, he
doesn't-
does look like shit here. I feel like
looks
How does he
better
look
and
better?
better.
now?
truthfully, I think dudes in general we tend to age better.
Yeah.
Like we look better as we get older.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I looked terrible 10 years ago. Like I really.
Well, no, I mean, yeah,
No,
I look
like,
like
I'm not
I look
saying-
like
I'm
I
not
was
saying
12
you're
years
wrong,
old
but like
5
I
years
look
ago.
at, I look at George Clooney. I'm just like, you look bad, and you're like 30.
He has like,
years
and his
younger.
hair is like, I feel like he
Color-
just shaved his head.
He's been doing salt and pepper look.
No,
for a
I know
long time.
it wasn't that. It was how he cut his hair. I think he just cut his hair
wasn't-
off for the mask and stuff. My guess, he just
Yeah.
buzzed it almost. Like
It
it
looks
was weird.
buzzed, and then he like spikes it up a little bit. And I also saw his hair. I was like, "What's going on with
Yeah,
this?
like, what is
one of
go-
the most
like, it's a-
handsome
yeah,
men
man, yeah.
in the world."
I think
And
the hair is what's truly throwing it off.
Yeah.
One thing I think I kind of misspoke on, speaking of looks, talking about Poison Ivy. I mean, like, I know in the comics, like, she is, like, physically attractive. I mean, most
yeah, it's
females.
I mean,
in comics
no,
are
yeah,
physically
she's like, that's
attractive.
part of her
But,
thing.
and she does use that to her advantage. So, like, maybe she should have, like, she's, like, for the time, she's very covered up.
Yeah.
You know, they don't.
No,
they
not
don't.
for, well, not for the time in movies. They aren't. That makes total sense to me.
Really?
They cover it up. Yeah, they were
97,
sexual stuff.
Right?
They
This is 97.
Yeah, the violence they didn't give a shit about back in the
Right,
day, and
but
still,
like-
but
but like-
nudity and stuff. That's what they were all like. No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought even in the 90s we were kind of breaking into where like people look hot.
I mean, she.
know?
But again, I
Not
think
that
she's.
it was
a-
unattractive.
I
It was
think
a
she is
different
as skimpy.
style
That's
then,
a
you
hot.
know?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
as
true.
sexualized
Like more
as you could.
cleavage and stuff.
Yeah.
That one
Like, I'm
scene of her with the
Nobody had
onesie and
butts yet.
everything.
No women had butts yet.
Yeah,
I think that was.
I mean, even like look at Val Kilmer. He just looks like a regular man.
they all
like,
look like
they look
regular
regular
dude.
men.
I feel
Regular
like
men,
I,
yeah.
Especially
Like
Clooney.
if
Sure.
I squared up with Batman,
I
wore
wouldn't
these
be
other-
that afraid, yeah.
I'd stand a chance. Like,
I probably
oh,
look
I
better
think we
than
could
like
take
Val
him.
Kilmer.
No,
Like,
I
my-
disagree. Not to
Like
put you
my,
down, but
I probably have bigger muscles.
Yeah,
than
you
Val
probably
Kilmer.
do.
Like,
There was no
I go
muscle
to
till
the
back
gym.
then.
they
Nobody
just
went
well,
to the
that
gym.
was a great looking body back then. For
Yeah.
somebody like that's all you needed. You wanted some definition on your arms a tiny bit, and then just
He was
flat
just a thin guy.
Yeah, he was, he was.
regular man.
Yeah.
Average man.
I kind of mentioned this with the last one with Forever, but I do like the Jim Gordon's back. The guy who plays him is the through line through
Yeah.
this. Alfred is back, even though I don't really care for him too much.
Al, our boy Al.
Oh, did you love like the what is Barbara? I can't even call her Barbara. It's hard. It's like not Barbara.
I mean, she's Barbara, but you know.
she's a.
Why
she's
she's running off to like go have like motorcycle like club and
Was-
like
Oh my God!
What
Thank you for bringing
motorcycles?
this up.
like what is this?
Did
plot
you
line?
guys-
And then that was like all the way at the beginning, and there's like like
I
an
had
hour
written
later.
down on my thing.
They raced
the-
off a broken. Where was that?
I don't.
located?
Did you
they
guys
have-
see just the gangs? Did you look at the
They're
gangs
wild.
themselves? One of them was like the guys from Clockwork Orange
The
and
fluorescent
stuff like
light
that.
guys?
Yeah, and then like there was
Hey.
it was just
Yeah, in the
so insane.
what was that place called? The
I don't-
Chain
and then
whip
and then they
gang.
all just have neon paint on
Yeah.
everything. Like
It was, you know what it reminds me of?
insanity.
Because
Yeah,
Batman
definitely.
Beyond,
I would
like,
actually
they
agree with
have-
that.
They
Love
have
Batman,
the
yeah.
Joker gang and then the Tease, which is, you know, for the
that
longest
universe,
time I
yeah.
thought it was Red Tornado, but it's Mr. Terrific that the Tees are after because he has a T on his face.
Oh yeah, well Red Tornado's the android. Mr. Terrific is the yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but like I'm.
Are you sure you weren't? Because I feel Mr. Terrific was on like Arrow
Right.
and stuff, right?
Yeah, no.
Did you just think he was Red Tornado there?
No. I thought the Tees were emulating
Batman
the
Beyond.
Red
Red
Tornado, not
oh,
Mr. Terrific
oh.
for some reason.
Batman Beyond, we need a movie for. I would love a series.
Dude, I would love a Batman Beyond game.
I would.
Batman
Batman would be
Beyond.
awesome.
HBO Max series.
What's his name? Terry
McGinnis.
Terry
Yeah.
McGinnis. So good.
I don't think he's Batman Beyond anymore though in the comics. I think it's a new guy. But I
Really?
could be wrong. Yeah.
that I love. I watched the first episode of that. I remember watching the first episode of that as a
those
little
shows
boy.
are so good.
With my buddy, yeah.
about a year ago, I finished up Batman Beyond for the first time.
Awesome.
What a series!
Did you watch the movie, the after movie with,
Yeah.
I think it's Tim
Joker,
it's
yeah, the Joker one,
Yeah,
yeah.
Return of the
Yeah,
Joker.
Return of
yes.
the Joker,
Yes, I
yeah.
did.
It was funny. I
watched-
was watching.
I watched the entire DCAU, every season of Batman, Justice League Unlimited,
Justice
Beyond.
League and Justice League Unlimited
I did
don't
everything.
get old. They don't get old.
No, they don't.
Dude,
I
they're
could always
so
go back.
good.
Yeah, I could always go back to that Bruce Timm era of.
And
they
I
won't,
mean-
we'll never
I mean,
have another one like.
I mean, he is
we're-
making that new
we're
series.
getting
though.
another
Oh,
one.
did you not hear about?
We're
Yeah, he's
getting
the
another
Batman,
Bruce Timm series?
Batman, the Caped Crusader.
So
I think
it
it's
is.
called. Yeah.
I think it is going back to that first season.
Yeah,
of
I think it's
of
it's like a
Batman the
it's like a
Animated
reboot of.
He's
so-
alone. He's.
It's
you know,
only Batman. It's yeah.
Yeah.
I love Bruce Timm's art style. It's so simple and
No,
it's
it's
so
good,
clean.
dude. It
It's
works so.
effective.
Well. It's one of my
so
favorite.
good.
It's one of the best. That's why it stuck around. Yeah.
It's so good.
So big tangent.
Yeah.
I
Anyways,
brought
yeah.
this up on a podcast.
Gooch loves to bring this up for some reason.
Yeah, he knows exactly.
Like,
what I'm doing.
he's like-
there's a book of Bruce Timm's drawings of like girls drawn in the
In his style,
that
but, like,
style,
nude, yeah.
naked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There's,
awesome.
there's like a whole art book of him. Like,
I'm gonna buy
Gooch has it
That's
right
wild.
back. No,
Oh,
kidding.
that's
But
wild. That is such
That's
a like,
in my bathroom.
It's such
Yeah.
an interesting because apparently, I mean,
it's in
like,
my bedroom. No.
there's a very famous comic of him, Batman and Harley Quinn like making out, and Batman has like a boner, and apparently he just like he draws that shit. Like,
Nice.
he,
Bruce
like,
Timm. I bet that's how he started originally.
Probably,
He was like, you know
yeah.
what? Superheroes
Dude,
are pretty sexy.
a lot of the people who do comic book art covers and stuff do like porn covers and stuff
You
like
have
that. Like,
to.
like,
Ollie,
yeah.
I feel like
or
you
not
have
Ollie.
to. That's part of your
Otto Schmidt, my favorite comic book artist, did like at some point did a lot of like nude drawings.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's dope.
You have,
Fun
you
stuff.
have to. You have to literally. I mean, it's part of the
interesting.
style. But dude,
Yeah,
I'm
the
getting
body.
the book. I'm gonna buy it on Amazon.
No, yeah, I mean, I just ordered it as we were sitting here. But no, I remember there was this big fiasco. Not to go off on another quick tangent, but there was like a Spider-Woman cover that was drawn by like an artist that does a lot of like pornographic imagery or something, and there was this big hubbub because they were like, she looks way too sexy, you can see too much, because like Spider-Woman has just like the skin tight suit and stuff like that. But I remember that was a big hubbub.
Would they cover up with one of the black sleeves in the comic
But like
shop?
no,
I would have grabbed that immediately.
She's completely cut, like it's covered head to toe, but it's just the skin
There's
tight.
a lot of dick and ass shots in this movie to bring it
Dude,
back around.
crazy amount of
Crotch shots.
I'm sorry.
When Barbara's suiting up, I'm like,
God.
They sat on her butt for a while.
I don't even know if I like this.
No, I didn't.
Surprised her suit didn't have nipples. They were probably like too much.
No, but they have like it comes to like a point. They have implied
I mean, there's
nipples.
like cups on her breasts.
I was
like,
blown away. All right, so this Joel Schumacher. This is Joel Schumacher. Did he have a daughter during this series where he was like, oh, so you know what?
Pretty old,
girl
isn't he, at this
power.
point?
Because this was a big girl power movie.
It kind of, especially for the time.
Really? You got that?
I didn't find it.
I
think for the time, yes.
Yeah,
but by today's standards, it's like nothing.
Yes, today's standard is nothing because at the end of it, Robin's like, oh man, Batman's like, it's gonna take. George Clooney goes, it's gonna take a computer genius. I guess to stop this because he's so uninto it. And Chris O'Donnell's like backflips and he's like, yeah, it's gonna take me. And then Barbara's like, nah, I got this. And it's like, wait, what?
Why?
And he's like, I'm gonna have to do this upside down. She's like, silly boy, you just turn the computer screen around.
You just rotate the monitor.
What's going on here?
How about Alfred's computer?
Amazing. I love how when
And
you
is
get
it
an
his
intruder.
brother?
I love how the intruder.
Which is canon.
Yeah.
He does have a brother.
I love how the intruder alert lights up the entire Batcave and gets it ready for you to use.
Intruder alert.
And she's like,
and stuttering.
and Alfred's like, I anticipated you would do this, so here, Batgirl, here is your suit. Like,
What?
You made it?
Well, yeah, he made. Well, they've
Bruce
already.
Wayne just let you hang that shit?
Well, dude, well, I mean, they say Robin. He creates Robin's. Apparently, Alfred in this is the best tailor on earth that works with some of the most amazing materials ever.
He's responsible for the nipples.
rubber.
Yeah,
He's the nipple man.
yeah, he's the nipple man. Alfred, why did you put nipples on all my bat suits?
Why'd you put him on your niece's suit? What are you doing?
He's like, I like them, Master Bruce.
Yeah, what? It's you know Greek
I
gods.
love him,
Yeah.
Master Bruce.
I clean them. I clean them every night.
Why'd he design it for his niece though? That
But
made
they're
no sense to
they're
me.
not as bad nipples, so we'll
Right.
give it no. That suit's actually, it was a fun fact I was going to say for later, but they apparently were, that Birds of Prey show that they were going to do
On the
like
CW?
yeah,
They did do a Birds of Prey
yeah.
show.
So
It's only...
They did a movie too. They did.
it's only like an episode, but like
Yeah.
apparently they use her bat suit in that again, and it's painted yellow and black. And it
Really?
looks, you can look up a picture. It looks really good.
Yeah,
actually.
there's a Birds of Prey show on the CW. I think that was only a season. It's Black Canary.
awful.
It's
One of the worst things I've ever seen.
I can't imagine it's good.
Dude.
CW is
Catwoman's in it.
Yeah,
I think.
and Harley Quinn.
CW is
Yeah.
riding the high of Arrow season 1 and 2 still for so many.
You know what I started rewatching the other day?
Yo, they just signed a pilot for Gotham Knights.
I saw that.
So is that going to be all of?
So it's saying apparently it's following. I think Dick. One of it says like his
Dick?
acrobatic. It doesn't like name anyone, but it
Dick,
says
Tim,
one of his acrobatic
All of
sidekicks.
them, I would assume.
And then like along with villains or something. I'd have to look up the exact.
I just like,
description,
what
but-
are we-
Bruce's kid.
I was like, can we just end?
Oh,
the
it said it's his
CW
adopted
universe?
son. His adopted son. So yeah, what it must have been like. It would be then like Dick or something like that.
This movie had. Anyways,
I know it's.
had so many random plot points that they were like, and it was like, and somebody kept coming in the room, and they were like, and then
then?
it was like an improv session, and
There were
then-
some really weird just close-up shots too. There was one scene where
Uma Thurman's lips.
yeah, or just even there's one scene where Bruce is in his house and he's seeing. I can't remember if she's actually there, but he's like seeing Poison Ivy in the corner, and it's just this weird focus in zoom on both of them, and it made me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah, when his girlfriend's like, oh, we gotta get married, and he's like, yeah, whatever.
Who are you?
fuck
Yeah, what line?
Ivy.
Joel.
I didn't hear him call her. Ivy.
doesn't
was that
say
part
it.
of the?
He doesn't
Was that
say-
part of the thing where we're like, oh, he didn't realize it.
He
Like,
didn't.
I didn't even realize.
You don't hear it, but she says, she's like, who's Ivy? And he's like, who?
One thing. Who's that? Who's that? One thing I do love in a movie like this, or Batman, Superman, whatever. I love all the cold, appropriate garb and machinery that they happen to have. Like they have snowmobiles. to break out with their logos on it.
Immediately.
It's not like
Wait, so
like
you know
when they're
what- you know
driving
what-
through
you know
the
what was jarring
they have
to
a
me?
they have a thing for. By the way, you see her with her full cowl, Batgirl, for 1 second.
She takes
She
it
has
off.
a
I was
full
mad
cowl
she
in
took
that
it off.
one.
Yeah.
In the one scene where they're driving down the street, she has the
does.
full bat cowl. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
she
So there,
rips
I
it
have
And you know
another
what I
fun
don't
fact.
understand?
When they jump up there, they rip it off. Yeah.
When did they get into new suits?
When did Robin change?
They all
and then
changed.
changed back.
They're all in
It was
matching fucking black and silver suits all of a
know,
sudden.
I
I'm
know,
like,
it's so
I
funny.
literally rewound up like, did I miss
Did I
something?
miss something here?
Like, did they go suit? Did they go back to the
And I
back
love
of
how
the
he's
suit?
just
I
like-
missed another suit up scene.
I love how they just happen to not destroy those costumes too. Like they fucked up the entire house, destroy the Batcave. It's like, but we still have 1 or 2 more, sir.
Thank God I've made 500
100 suits.
Like, I
But
like-
Alfred,
I like-
make me another suit.
I like the suit
all he
switch.
does.
I like the suit switch in Forever. And this, I was just like, I don't care.
I
at
think
all.
I think the last one looks way better than his ears look so dumb and big. For some, I don't know what they did with this cowl, but it looks so much worse
They're
in this. I don't know what it is. At least for
Almost
me.
as long as was it
His, like, head.
Keaton's? Was it
Yeah.
Keaton's ears? Where I
But
was
Keaton's like worked more for me for some reason. Like these
old
looked like
school,
well, it
right?
was like the way I don't know if it was the way the cowl was shaped or something, but they were almost like the old Batman where they were like kind of flayed out. You know what I mean? Not like straight up.
stupid, like
Yeah.
lazy Clooney.
Yeah, like they're kind
getting
of
the
falling
lazy
down.
ears, buddy.
Like he's
I always
getting.
thought that style was weird, but that's what they're doing for Caped Crusader.
No, it's true. Well, that's what they're starting him in as like classic. You need to watch
learning.
Justice League New Frontier. That's he starts that in that same costume too. I think in certain art styles it works really well. And it's funny.
It's Tim-ish. I've seen that art style.
Yeah, it's the original Bill Finger design actually with
really?
with the like purple gloves, the big yellow utility belt, and the
kinda
weird
sick.
kind of floppy ears off the
I've
side.
grown to hate the yellow utility belt, by the way.
Really?
I don't mind the yellow utility
I love the
belt.
yellow utility belt.
This
I like when it
movie,
blends.
This movie had more gadgets than I've ever seen in my life, and I was like, okay.
oh, like we're gonna here's a heater. Dude, the gadgets
wait,
in this movie are fucking stupid.
I think but that's again what I think it's bringing it back to. They
the
made
credit
the six,
card. Oh my
credit
god.
card!
that exemplifies
Oh
this
my-
movie.
that
That
was-
genuinely does. Like that just shows you though. This is
without it. Was it a chase card or something?
And
Was
I
it
love how they're
advertisement?
like he's like 1 million and he's like 2 million. He's like, you don't have that money. 3 million. He's
I
like,
know.
you can't. Like, I'm like, what?
I'll borrow it from you. You're rich. Like completely out of him.
What?
Like, Robin.
Yikes! I am trying.
George Clooney. If I saw George Clooney, I'd be like, dude, you fucking suck.
It's the worst,
What
man.
happened there, George? What did you do?
What were you- did you were into this at all?
Yeah, the Bat debit card, credit card blew me. I literally jumped. I watched this in bed, just like, and I was like,
I can't believe I
just-
agreed to do this.
fucking way.
I can't believe I agreed to do this.
I love the first three. This one, I was just like, what?
What happened?
I was
Yeah.
excited too because I've seen
No,
this.
I enjoyed Forever
You know
much
what
more
I
than I
noticed?
remembered. Yeah.
When Poison Ivy picks him up by his vines, his cape is clipped.
Yeah, it's clipped so it doesn't fall. Yeah, it's
To
weird. I
his
don't know why
pants.
they. Yeah,
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw.
and I was
It's
like-
like clipped so that it doesn't fall like over his head. I guess.
okay.
I'm just like, that's weird. It's
weird
I was
stuff.
like, was that like a leftover? Like they forgot to like unclip it for that one?
Wild.
It's a wild ride,
Too
guys.
many villains. Yes.
Too many villains.
Much everything.
All right, I
too
have a
much
question.
gadgets, too many costume changes,
The
too many
buzzsaw.
sidekicks. There's too many.
There's
everything.
probably 20 shots of them pulling out their batarangs.
Yeah.
Just a shot of their
yeah,
hand.
and they're like all like unique bat. I'm like,
I do like that.
you
Some
know
of
what?
that stuff.
Batarang's
though.
cool.
I,
Batflex, and it fucking kills you.
I
Like, get out of here.
I love the batarangs.
I like the batarangs
I
and
want-
stuff in this.
want
I do
gadgets.
like all that stuff.
These
I love gadgets galore.
These gadgets were fucking. He had some. I was waiting for like the fucking shark.
Again, this
repellent
is
to
this
show
is
up, you know,
60s
or-
camp in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that's what it
Yeah.
feels like to me.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way
Even
to
their
describe
dialogue, all puns. Mr. Freeze, like you said in our text yesterday, way too many ice puns.
it. I
But,
have a,
but the rest of them are also punning.
we're finishing this off with a list of
Poison
Mr. Freeze
Ivy.
puns.
Oh, yes.
Poison Ivy's punning. Everyone is punning. I'm like, this is so bad.
Why was she jealous of his dead,
His dead
frozen
wife.
What the fuck? Was
Yeah,
it?
what was
Where
that?
insecurity
What are you
moment.
jealous of?
Was it?
That was nuts.
She's
Sorry.
frozen in a tank.
Yeah, I
she's
know.
like,
Like, yeah,
"I'm
you
gonna
bitch.
steal
I'm
Arnold."
gonna be the number one.
He's mine.
He's like frozen. He's blue, and literally, all you needed to do was unplug her, and that was it. She
Yeah,
died.
and she's like walking over. Oops. Ooh. It was you.
Alfred,
I know you did it.
And then an hour and 25 minutes in, they're like, "What do you mean Alfred's sick?" And he's like, "Alfred's dying."
And then I love so Bruce just knew.
Yeah, Bruce is.
I was like, yeah, it was funny how he was
that
just sitting
makes
off in the corner. No, but I know it was just
any
weird.
other-
And then he was
in
just
any
like,
other Batman
Alfred's
context.
dying, actually. Like, yeah.
It took him one Google search.
He's not
I
sick.
forgot to
He's
tell
dying.
you.
I forgot to tell.
Whoops. I know you've been
We
living here
gotta
for 2 years.
We gotta
but-
bring it up. Mr. Freeze is out of suit attire with the robe.
Amazing.
Arnold's. I wonder how much like that cigar was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, absolutely. He's like, I'm smoking a cigar
you
during
know
the
what
scene.
is very
There's nobody to stop me.
Victor Freeze is like
This is not the
everything
Victor
he
Freeze,
is
yeah.
in this movie is so like not.
He's
the
Victor.
character.
He's Victor Freeze by name and motivation. That's it.
Yeah.
And but besides, like
Like
character
the
wise,
robe and the fucking cigar, and they're watching fucking
Awesome.
Rankin and Bass.
Awesome.
Heat Miser or Cold Miser, yeah.
The Year Without a Santa Claus, and like I'm misery.
yeah. Why are you working for this guy? Or is he paying you?
He throws that.
Yeah.
He
And then,
By
and
the
then
way-
wait. Why do we have a fucking female henchman in like Playboy outfit here? I'm like, you.
Well, because she's there to fuck Gooch. Obviously, she's not a
there.
henchman.
Mr.
She's.
Freeze ain't fucking anybody.
I mean, the other guys are fucking her. For the other
needs to be
people.
cold. He's like, it can't be warm.
I-
Yeah, wait, what does he say? Doesn't he say something about being cold? He's like, that's impossible.
No, and I love
she's
how
like,
she
I'm
can't.
feeling a little warm.
Well, when
She's
she
like,
tries to kiss him, and then she's like, "Your kiss heats up the blood, and mine is cold." And like, it's like, what? Like, why does that not work for you?
And he figured out he was like, "Ha, phosphorus,
Phosphorus pheromone."
gets a man's blood hot." And I was like, "That's it? You just get boners?" Right? Dude, I'd be like, "Hey."
Did you like the Arkham guard with the eye patch?
Amazing. I mean, again, there's just
those two guys.
What? Those two guys that are always in the cell with him? Like,
Yeah, what do they call him? Ice head.
Were they in
Fucking Icehead.
platforms? Because he's a giant man. Arnold Schwarzenegger is he's
They do
Mr.
look
Universe.
big.
I don't think he's as tall as you might think.
How I want to say he's got to be at minimum 6. He's Mr. Universe, so he can't 6 foot.
I would
6'1"?
say Arnold Schwarzenegger's probably like 6 foot on the dot. He can't be that tall.
Because
Yeah,
he
between
reaches,
5'9" and 6'1",
Oh, get out of here!
and it dropped. It's been dropping since 2013.
Since he's been honest about it, yes.
Well, no, but I think just because he's older, I think he's literally
Oh,
getting
he's
shorter.
shrinking.
He's
Yeah,
shrinking.
I mean, he was fucking jacked.
yeah, he was gigantic, but the scene because they look gigantic, and he's like, "You won't be around here," and then
And
headbutts
yeah,
him.
he's also sitting and looking up at them.
yeah.
Amazing.
And they put him in that black and white straight loose shirt. I was like, are they trying to make him look less gigantic than this giant superhero?
It is just funny.
man
You
is?
just get this like because Mr. Freeze, he's not supposed to be this big. He's a
supposed to be a
nerd. He's a bit
genius
He should be a kind of
scientist.
scrawny little scientist nerd with a big
And,
suit.
and then just to jump forward to the last scene of the movie, when they fucking run out, and I'm like, just kill me now.
they did that exact scene at the end of Forever.
But it was better in Forever.
No, and it was just with
deserved.
him and no, absolutely. It just was funny to me. I was like, yeah, there
deserved.
get what you deserve.
I don't
kill
know
me
what
now.
else I have to say.
Guys,
about
well,
this
I
movie.
mean, after that cinematic masterpiece, I think we can shut down Rewind reviews in general because we've hit the peak, and I don't think we can beat it.
no,
diamonds.
we hit the peak with fucking Journey to the Center of the Earth.
I will not give up that Journey to the Center of the Earth is better than.
So is that a
if you
low
asked
tier
me,
flick? Is that
that
a
was
low
like a low
tier
for
flick?
me anyways.
Yeah, but
if you
it's our
put those
most
two
viewed
in front of me,
podcast.
yeah, that is true for some weird reason. We have like 17. I think we said this before. 1,700.
It's like almost
which is so-
50,000 views.
But if you plopped Journey to the Center of the Earth and Batman and Robin in front of me, and we're like, you have to watch these two for one of these two for 24 hours, I'd be like,
Dude,
I'd have to watch Journey
I'd
to
watch
the Center of the
Brandon.
Earth more because it's shorter. So I'm
Oh,
gonna go with
Batman
Batman
and
and Robin.
Yeah.
But guys, I think that wraps us up for at least for our review portion here. We'll get into some fun facts.
Yeah.
Some super
We just
duper fun
screeched
facts.
about
Yeah,
how
to just be
terrible
screeched.
this movie was.
So, while Batman Forever was successful, actor Val Kilmer hated making the movie and refused to return for Batman and Robin. Like I said, there was a lot of that tension on set and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Warner
turnover.
Brothers and Joel Schumacher even considered a variety of actors who were popular in the mid-1990s, including X-Files star David Duchovny.
Love Duchovny. I'm not
Dave
gonna lie.
Duchovny, wow.
I don't think he'd be a good bat. I don't know actually.
He might have been okay at that point.
I like David Duchovny. I think yeah, maybe. I don't know his chops. I don't know what he's got. And Batman's a weird role to do.
Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
is.
feel like anyone can really do Batman.
You just
Did anyone expect Robert Pattinson to get cast as Batman?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, you
I
just
felt
gotta-
like I did, but like just knowing his work as of now,
Yeah,
I think people didn't because they just think of Twilight. When they think of Robert Pattinson.
He's But
But
gotta be
after
a
that,
handsome guy.
I just come off of Tenet, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
No, Robert Pattinson's an amazing actor.
Or no,
and-
actually, no. He was casted before Tenet came out.
yeah,
Tenet
but,
was a good actor. And Lighthouse.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But I think he can. His jaw is what I'm like. He's got a really strong
You need to
jawline,
have-
which is
yeah,
great.
That's the Batman
helps a
look.
lot, yeah.
He's handsome. Bruce Wayne's a handsome dude.
So along with him, but this is not considered for Batman, but for other people, Hulk Hogan was considered. Ed Harris, Patrick Stewart,
Shut the
Anthony
fuck up.
Hopkins were possible
imagine?
choice for Mr. Freeze.
Oh, for Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Oh, for Mr. Freeze.
Dude, Anthony Hopkins as Mr. Freeze, I think could have been cool.
I think he's
at
a
the
little too
time.
old.
Not at that time. He wouldn't have been. He would have been
30 years
He's
ago.
that's
So
30
probably
years ago. He's probably
40, 30.
probably was
in his late
35,
30s,
40. Yeah, probably 40s or 50s at that point.
'cause
I think he's like
he's
eight. How
gotta
old
be
is he now?
80 now,
I thought he was
right?
I see. I feel like that's an actor.
He's
that-
1,000
That's an
years
actor
old
that's
forever.
always been old. Yeah.
He's an old
Yeah,
man.
It's true. He's been old for the last 30 years, like you're saying. Yeah.
He's an awesome villain. I mean, but that was a psychotic villain. You know, the Red Dragon.
No, it's
movies
true.
and series.
You're right. But that's like, again, I think if they wanted to go for that more psychotic atmosphere here, which they could have, but like, again,
They went for a fucking goofy.
they just didn't give a shit. Yeah.
Like, it was fucking wacky.
Yeah.
Freeze.
The
Ice Age.
Bye, Batman. It was like, what is going
What is
on?
happening? All right, so now we can get to Batgirl. Along with completely changing her origin by having Barbara be Alfred's niece instead of Commissioner Gordon's daughter, Batman and Robin had many Batgirl problems. Many Batgirl scenes were never filmed because of problems with her costumes. When the movie was being filmed, celebrity gossip raged that the issue was Alicia Silverstone's weight gain, but director Joel Schumacher
heartbreaking.
was
She looks great
was
in the
quick to
movie.
defend the actress. What the true problem may have been was the late stage decision to change her full cowl to the diamond to the domino costume.
So
Like,
here's my question. I don't understand George Clooney's line of like Batgirl. Isn't that a little PC? I'm like, what year is
He
he's
said
30 years
he said
ahead
that's
of it.
not a little. He's like that's not very PC. Wouldn't it be Batperson or Batwoman? I actually found that funny just because
I'm like, I don't get this in reference at all.
I was like, whoa, this is relevant now.
No, that's
Like,
what I found it funny because it felt like a poke by him, obviously. But like to see where we're at now with like jokes
Yeah.
like that.
I just don't understand it. What else would she be?
Like
If not
because the idea is like
Batwoman.
really she should be Bat because
Batwoman.
she's not a Batgirl. She's Bat. Like why do?
Right.
It's like in Supergirl when they're like, why do you call her Supergirl? Why isn't it Superwoman? Like, you
They're
know.
different characters.
She
No, but
had
like,
zero training too.
Numbskull.
What
no,
was that?
I
Why-
get what you're saying.
No, yeah. No,
Zero training. How do you expect
Well,
her to
I
jump?
thought at like see again, this was one of those things that's like tangentially explained.
Yeah.
I thought she had like training at her school or something like that. Or like, but again, they don't really explain it well.
Oxbridge,
Yeah,
right?
Oxbridge,
right?
yeah,
Oxbridge.
When they're just weirdly following them in the back in that
I got
garden
kicked
and
out
stuff
for
like that.
street racing motorcycles. Like that's not an at-school activity.
not a
You
thing.
can't get kicked out.
Oh my god. All right, so like all the costumes in the Batman movies, the Batgirl costume wasn't cheap to make. Warner Brothers wanted to get their money out of it. When the studio greenlit a show based on DC Comics' Birds of Prey, like I was saying in 2002, her costume
God,
was
that was like 5
repainted and retrofitted to fit actress Dina Meyer, who played Barbara Gordon in the short-lived series.
Crazy. That was only 5 years later.
And dude, it's funny if you look at you can tell that that's the movie costume out of all of them. Like when if you look up a picture, it actually looks awesome. It's
Black and yellow.
It's
For that
black
exact
with
reason.
and they recolored it so it's like black with the yellow bat symbol and like the yellow belt and all that. It looks great. So I would definitely suggest looking that up if you're bored. The one person who absolutely loves working on Batman and Robin, because like everyone else who worked on this,
Jim
know.
Carrey.
hated it.
Because he wasn't on it.
I know.
Supposedly
I know
George
who it
Clooney
is.
refunds people on the streets when they say what's wrong with like come on you did Batman and Robin. He's like yeah I'm sorry like he's joking like
Here's your
$10, yeah, here's your $3
Gian.
yeah. So
Venmo me, pal.
yeah, Uma Thurman really loved it as Poison Ivy.
awesome. Good
for her.
Thurman was Thurman is one of the few things in the movie that works, and it's because she hams it up so very hard. This is really written weird. Basically, she really liked acting in this. She found it to be fun to ham it up and to be a very kind of
I
characterish
think this is
type of actor.
pre-Pulp Fiction.
I think so too.
Yeah, Pulp
I think you
Fiction
might be
is,
right.
I think,
It's
98.
Oh, wow. 98's Pulp Fiction?
I think you're
Pretty
right.
sure.
Kill
yeah.
Bill. What year's Kill Bill? 2003? 2004?
Yeah.
Because Kill Bill.
I don't think Uma Thurman is like Uma Thurman yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's the son of a famous actor, or a daughter of the famous actress or actor.
Her daughter.
Her daughter's in a lot of stuff now. She's in
Really?
Stranger Things. She
Yeah.
plays the one girl.
Oh, is she
Yeah, she's
really
the
that one
blonde
girl
chick.
with the
Yeah,
blonde-
yeah.
she's she's married to Ethan Hawke.
Okay.
So she's
That was Pulp
Maya-
Fiction was a year before this, 1994.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, she really. So I mean, she went from she does very serious.
no, this is
intense-
this is 97. So this is
so it's a couple
three-
years before.
Yeah.
Then,
So I mean, I guess that's fun because she's used to doing such serious, like intense. That's an intense role.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pulp
No, it is.
Fiction, awesome movie.
Absolutely. And then
what was I about to say? I don't know.
Uma Thurman's daughter.
Yeah,
Maya Hawke.
Maya Hawke. Is that
She's
her name?
great. Yeah, she was married to Ethan Hawke, right?
She's
Ethan
in
Hawke's
Stranger
daughter, too.
Things. She's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
She's the new girl in Stranger Things. She was
Yeah,
the new girl.
they were
Okay.
talking. Quentin Tarantino just said this in an interview. He's like, I would love to do like a Kill Bill Volume 3, but with Uma Thurman's daughter in it too and stuff like that. I was like, that might be cool. I never really loved those movies to begin with.
I've
So,
never seen Kill Bill.
I've seen Kill Bill Volume 1, but I need to see
It's
2.
my fiance's favorite movie series.
Really?
Watches it like once
Really?
a year. Once a year.
Why?
Oh my! Have you? It's like a very. I think they do like. It's just this chick beating the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
some of the action scenes I've seen are awesome.
it's.
Yeah. I've seen some of the scenes.
I love the movie. I even love the movie. It's dramatic. It's intense. It is over the top.
Of course,
a
but
lot of
that's
the time.
Tarantino.
That's Tarantino.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like, I'll kill you in 8.5 minutes. That's like a famous line, and they do it in 8.5 minutes, and it's like fucking. I don't know. The movie's pretty intense. It's got a lot
3,
of
right?
There's 2. Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2. Volume 2 is the end, and then and,
One thing
I mean,
you can do in a movie, man. It's funny. I watched an interview with Quentin Tarantino. Is just make a time limit. It makes the scene give the scene a. You need to be done by this time. Give it that tension. So that sounds really
it
cool.
was so good, and the guy that trains her is like a famous. He's like the dude from Enter the 36 Chambers. He's like the main character.
no idea.
I don't know what that is.
So the
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan is formed from is real.
I need the lore. No.
Wu-Tang Clan is formed. Their thing is Wu-Tang versus the Shaolin. They're a rap group. They were the first rap supergroup.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, yeah.
They watched Spider-Man in the morning, and then after it was kung fu movies. So they would watch Spider-Man. They'd be like, "Oh, Spider-Man's sick," and they would watch these kung fu movies and be like, "These are dope." And there's one called Enter the 36 Chambers, which is with a famous martial artist guy.
Is this a real movie or
This is
no?
a real movie. And they were like,
Oh,
this
I
is dope.
have seen that. I
Yeah,
definitely
where
have
he's like
seen. Yeah, where
punching
they're
the
punching
water,
down. Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
not good at it, and he eventually gets sick at training, and they spawn all these series, and that's why they're all named these crazy kung fu characters, like the Risen,
Yeah.
anyways, either way. But he's the trainer in it, and I was watching it, and I was like,
Whoa.
no way!
Yeah.
And he's like the ancient kung fu It's dope. It's a cool movie, guys. Check it out.
I'll have to check it out. I love
Yeah.
it. And then I already mentioned this earlier, but just to reiterate, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in fact the biggest movie stars at the time.
And I guess once you
and
say
so
it,
he got top billed.
not
So,
Makes
surprising.
sense.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
yeah, no, I think it does make sense too. But to finish it off here, guys, I'll give you 10 of Mr. Freeze's best ice puns according to Fandom Wire.
Of the 500 that
Yeah.
are in it.
Starting it off with the Iceman cometh when he first rolls in.
I love
of
that.
course.
I thought for a second, I was like, what's that? Oh, the Ozman.
You're
coming.
sending me to the cooler.
You're sending
Oh, by the
me
way,
to
when he's wheeled into Arkham Asylum, he's in a fucking fridge.
It's a literal fridge. I know, it's amazing.
Fucking fridge.
Amazing, fantastic.
With the
It has the
freezer
logo on
part.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's
cut
a
out.
fucking fridge.
It's
It's
amazing.
incredible. I love that.
Like,
Fantastic.
dude, unreal.
Best part of then that's the best part.
Amazing.
Best part.
By the way, all those people he froze immediately would be dead. They wouldn't.
Yeah,
wouldn't-
there's not an
Robin's
11
dead.
minute
Yeah, he's-
time frame. His
If you
body
flash
is-
froze like
I
that,
like how they really focused on that 11 minutes.
I know.
You have 11 minutes to unfreeze the bird. man.
But speaking of him, "Stay Cool, Bird Boy" was another, fantastic one by him.
the bird.
And then we got, "All right, everyone, chill."
He said chill 50 times.
He
after
did.
that. Chill.
I don't know if this one counts, but "Cool Party."
That counts.
Yeah, it does.
And then another one, "Allow me to break the ice." This one doesn't make any sense to me. Adam and Evil. I guess that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
makes
When
sense.
when Uma Thurman's like when she comes
Yeah.
back after knocking Nora's wire out,
Tonight, hell freezes over. That one's okay.
which is actually relevant because in Dante's Inferno, hell, the lowest circle in hell is frozen.
Thank you, Gooch. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Gooch.
that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Deep dive.
Tonight's forecast.
Treachery, I think, is the last circle.
This seems like a bit of a retread, but tonight's forecast: a freeze is coming. That's not even really a pun.
That's not a pun.
That's not a pun at all.
Tonight's
Fandom
they
Wire-
ran out of shit. This is just a coke-fueled script that was just like, and to freeze over, yeah,
And then
yeah.
Give me another line.
to finish, I bet you he improvised some of those. I'm not even kidding.
I bet he did.
Yeah, and then the last one to finish her off: "Let's kick some ice."
Best one.
Best one,
Best
absolutely.
Let's kick.
Guys,
Well,
that does it for us
There
for
was
Batman.
not a better way you could have ended this podcast.
I don't think so either.
Batman and Robin.
Looking forward to the Batman.
I'm so looking forward to the Batman. It's going to be a bit of a culture shock going from these to the Batman for sure.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait, though.
I'm super excited. I really can't wait to see a new Riddler. I really love a goofy Riddler. I know this is a darker tone Riddler, right?
Seems
This
more
is
like psychopathic.
He's
yeah.
got a big trench coat on.
See, it
reminds me
seems
of,
like they're
the
going like Zodiac Killer. Like
Yeah.
that seems to be like a
Or,
direct
like,
inspiration.
Prisoners, like,
yeah,
That's kinda
well,
cool.
just because Paul Dano's in that.
no, it's true. But also, like, I think the director literally said this is inspired by those, and Seven heavily and stuff like that.
That's pretty sick. I really like when Batman villains are like, wow, this guy has to be put in fucking jail, dude.
No,
Somebody's
like,
gotta
or
stop
he should probably be executed. Truthfully,
Someone's got to
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
stop this guy.
Not like, hey, I made the metaverse and I'm a billionaire and now I've
and I
got
want to, and I
everybody's
just want
brain.
everyone's brain.
Yeah, it's like that was there was no thought process. It seems like there's not a lot of thought process in the 90s. Again, coke fueled benders just.
And I think they just were like,
it came
throw
out of shit.
Batman on it. It'll
Yeah.
be fine. It'll make money.
Literally, they were like, what do
Yeah.
we got? Riddler, Bane.
Now get that Coke line up.
now get that other lineup, and we'll keep writing.
Give me that bump.
Yeah.
And Bane's the bad guy too, right?
Who's Bane?
They keep forgetting
Yeah.
what they've added to the
Go to
movie.
the comic store and get a comic. We just need
Maybe
to-
Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Balloon Man's great.
I love it, guys. Gooch, if you could lead us out.
Gian, thank you for coming on. Where can people find you on Instagram?
Trio Gooch, it is always a pleasure. I love coming on the Delco Nerd Network. I am on D&D Underground. That's DND under UNDERGROUD. Exclude the N. We stay underground. And Soul Brother 009. Catch me on Instagram. Just deleted my TikTok. Can't be distracted by that for a while, you know. But yeah.
I've said before, I was just so dismayed to get a TikTok for DNN. I was just like,
it's a lot on,
It-
on
it's,
TikTok.
yeah.
You gotta
And you got to be willing to just feel silly and just make stupid fucking TikToks
Yeah.
if you want. Like,
You guys should do reaction stuff. I think
maybe that's a good idea. I've been trying to think of like
I've
what I
just
could
been like,
post
I'm
on
like,
there.
I could make so much content, but do I have the time or want to do that?
And it's just like, yeah, what, yeah.
It's
We'll
a lot. It's a lot of effort.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. You'll see more from us on
But
there though at some point.
Speaking of that, you can find us at our socials at Delco Nerds on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as Facebook.com/Delco Nerd Network. If you're listening, you can find us on podcast services, around the globe, pretty much them all, whatever,
Yeah, I don't think we're
Spotify,
missing one,
Apple,
actually, at
Apple
this point.
Podcasts. Yeah, I think we're on the big ones. iHeartRadio.
Oh, nice.
Are we on that?
Yeah, that was like a
Nice.
while
News
ago.
to me. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I actually remember you mentioning that. I do.
Yeah. And if you're watching, if you like to watch, don't forget to go over to youtube.com/Delco Nerd Network. Search us up, give us that sub, give us that like, give us those 5 stars on those podcast services. DelcoNerdNetwork.com. You can join our Discord where we're having all sorts of nerdy conversations trio.
We also stream on twitch.tv/Delco Network usually. But
do.
these we haven't been doing it for. But check us out there. Watch for us going live.
And, the good old Gmail, DelcoNerds@gmail.com for comments, questions, concerns, things for the good of the group. Guys, stay cool.
Thanks, guys.